Hey, folks. Nobody's here yet because I'm just doing this spur of the moment. So I'm going to wait till a couple of you sign in if anybody's even out there tonight. And I thought that I was just kind of messing around with the guitar, which I haven't picked up in ages. And I don't know why. It just sits in the corner. We've got three or four of them. And they have. Uh, See, do we have a chat room going here just in case anybody wants to talk? And so my guitars, they just sit in the corner. I haven't used them much. And there are times I go through like seasons with them where uh, I'll play all the time. Hey, Audrey, how you doing out there? Left Coast. I love saying that now because it's a thing now. So, well, I've got my guitar sitting here. And I had to restring it this evening, and I was just messing around with it because I picked it up. I was dusting it off, and I haven't picked it up in a long time. And so I'm very, very rusty. And I'm not a big guitar player, and I'm no Professor Bauer. That's for sure. I played for the youth group. I played songs for church. I played for myself. I grew up, I learned playing guitar, listened to John Denver music in the 70s, of all things. And so I never would profess to be a professional musician, nor have I ever held a concert with my guitar. I'm not that good. I've done a few things in church, like I've said, in youth group when I was a youth pastor. But I was sitting here and I was mucking around with the guitar, trying to clean it up a little bit. And when I picked it up, it rattled. And you see, it's even got old stuff. I can't even get off of it. I don't even know what that is. And paint. That's paint from my studio when I used to sit by my desk all the time. So it rattled, and I finally figured out what it was and got it out of there. It was a wad of gum, bubble gum. Somebody, probably being my little queen of the universe, because we find her gum everywhere. And she wadded up and threw it in there. And it turned hard, of course, and was banging around. I finally got it out of there. So, hey, everybody. And this is a little only slightly nerve-wracking for me because I haven't sung in a long time. It's funny, I would sing the kids to bed all the time. My first three kids, every night. Songs, poetry. My three kids now, there was a lot of that until the last couple of years. And after I got home from the hospital for my heart surgery, I ended up sleeping downstairs because I couldn't do the stairway and the bed up there was uncomfortable, yada, yada. And so I fell out of the habit of singing to them every night. And so I thought I'd give it a try tonight. And I picked it up and I'm very rusty. But I thought I'd go live and see if you guys might want to hear a couple of songs, if I can croak them out. We'll just see how the first one does. I had to take off my ring because I can't finger correctly with that big ring on this one. So, and so I've got it tuned up. And I thought I'd give it a try. If you don't want to hear this, you don't have to be here. This is just me plunking around with it, trying to work some of the cobwebs out of my own system in singing this. So I've got a bunch of songs I could draw from, but I thought I'd pick some of the easier ones I've done for my kids before. And the reason I'm picking those songs because they're easy for me to play. And so I've got a couple of songs I want to try. And if you're game, let's do it. I've got one I wrote for my kids, too, a long time ago. For my twin daughters and my young son, Sam, I added a verse for him. And it's set kind of fallow. I haven't done much with it. Hopefully I can remember all the words to my own song. So there's one I'm going to try right now. And I thought this might be a fun way to end a Sunday night. Pretend you're my kids. My kids aren't music critics. They just listen to the songs. They sing along with some of them, even the little ones now when I do sing. And they've gotten more into watching nature shows to go to sleep by. And so we do less singing and less reading at bedtime. But when I do bring up the guitar, they're fine with it. And so They're not critics. They just like to hear this stuff. So I am going to, and I don't have the best of situations right here, but I'm going to try this and you can see if you like this or not. All right. Okay. The first one that I've got up, and I had to pull up the lyrics just to make sure I didn't stumble on the lyrics because it's been a long time since I've sung it. If you ever heard of Stan Rogers, he was the late Stan Rogers. I've quoted some of his songs in some of my radio shows. He was a Canadian folk singer in probably the late 60s, and I know all through the 70s and the 80s, and then he died in a plane fire. And he did a lot of great music, and his brother kind of picked up his mantle. And he had this song called Small Victory. Now, I don't know if you've ever heard this song, but it's about a horse. And I used to sing this to my older kids when they were little, when we had the horse ranch. We had a horse ranch with, 40 acres and a bunch of horses. And so my kids grew up, my older daughters grew up around horses more than any of my kids. And so there you go, Michelle, Canadians. And so bear with me, pretend you're my kids, don't be a music critic, and let's see what we can do here. And again, I don't play professionally. I play on the guitar more than I play it. So let's see what we can do here. This is a song, Small Victory, and it's about a horse. A racehorse. So it goes. You've no business buying a mare like that, but buy her if you must. He bit the end of his cigar and spat it in the dust. Let's see, she's old, she's lame and barren too, and not worth feeding hay. But I'll give you this. He blew smoke at me. She was something in her day. I knew her well 10 years ago, a winner in her prime. She was fast and lean and willing, but they raced it past her time. Though she had the heart, her legs were gone. Her legs, see, I'm rusty. Her legs were gone, and it wasn't hard to see. They kept her at it in the hopes of just one more small victory. She was shunted round from track to track, from Kentucky up to Maine. They'd run her in cheap claimers, all doped up to mask her pain. And if it's my advice you ask, I'd say the poor thing's had her day. You'd be throwing good cash after bad. Well, it's best he turned away. Well, they led her round the auction shed, and the bidding started low. She'll go for dog food, someone said. The market's been that slow. So she raised her head and pricked her ears before the hammer fell. She was mine. My friend turned round to me. You're soft-headed, I can tell. But she'd been run from pillar to post, said I, and always done her best. They used her up, they wrung her dry. You'd think she earned her rest. And if she does not but bode her days beneath some shady tree, I'll have saved her from the knacker's yard, and that's enough for me. Well, that was near 2 years ago. She's filled out some since then, and more so since she's been in full. She eats enough for 10. And this morning as I stepped to the barn, around about 3:30, there stood nursing on still trembling legs one more small victory. There you go. Very rusty, but that's one that I would sing for my kids. And so, hi everybody who's coming in. As I said, kind of at the beginning, totally unofficial. Just hopped in. I was cleaning this old guitar, and a guitar I used to play an awful lot more than I do now. So I'm very rusty at the moment. And I was missing a string, and there was some old dry bubble gum from one of my kids on the inside rattling around. So I got it all cleaned up as much as I could, other than the paint stains that are on it from my old studio. So, and I thought, should I go live? Should I do a couple of songs? And of course, once you know somebody's listening, other than your kids, it's a little bit, it's nerve-wracking for me because I haven't done it for a long time, and I'm very rusty, as you could probably tell. So, if you don't mind, I'm going to just do a couple. If you need to go, you can go. If you want to stay and listen, you can listen. You can comment if you'd like. So, I've got one that, and I was going to kind of work up to this because it's a little difficult. This would be really cool, I think, if I had some good orchestration. I had a good friend of mine that used to come over when we had our scotch and cookies on Thursday, that little get together. And he would bring his guitar and his mandolin, and he would always just jump in impromptu and do mandolin to some of these songs that I would do. It was just amazing. I had a friend who was a fiddle player for an Irish band. And so we just impromptu some stuff. And when you have an orchestration going and an arrangement of some kind, even though it's from the seat of your pants, so it can be awfully pretty. Now, this is a song I wrote this song for my now twin daughters, Abby and Bryn, and they were about 5 or 6 when I wrote this song. Not my now twin daughters, my twin daughters, who are now 28. They were 5 or 6 when I wrote this song. And I added a verse for Sam when he came along. And then I shelved the song. I didn't do much with it. I've been thinking of wanting to add verses for Flynn and Rowan, Claire, and Ellery. And I just haven't played much lately. So that's part of why I'm really rusty too. So this is a song I wrote for them. And this is how this one goes. It's called The Man in the Moon. All right. Let's see. I don't have as much space back here, and I got to hold this unorthodox, I guess you could say, in order to play. Okay, let's try this out. Bear with me. Don't laugh. It's a sentimental song. Abby was talking to the man in the moon, who was a little bit more than a half of himself. She said, "Why are you hiding? Are you sad? Are you cold?" She sat down and waited for his whisper on the breeze, as the face shined his light through the trees. Abby said brightly, "Meet my sister Bryn. She heard you were talking and she'd like to join in. 2 little girls dancing in the night in an ambient pool of the moon's sultry light. Before you were born, I was old, I was gray, cold and lonely and longing for the day when someone would look up and see the light in my face as I shined on their place, and with childlike grace they would talk to me. Leave the world far behind, come talk to me soon. I'm the man in the moon." The nightingale sang for the vagabond tree who'd uprooted himself and in the world roamed free. 2 little girls dancing in the night, in the shade of the tree and the nightingale's plight. Before you were born, I was tall, I was gray, cold and lonely and longing for the day when someone would climb up and see the light in my face as I shaded their place, and with childlike grace they would talk to me, leave their world far behind, come talk to me, I'm the vagabond tree. And then I had to add a verse for Sam. And then came the little boy, his name was Sam, with a sword in his hand. He said, a dragon slayer I am. He climbed in the tree, he looked at the bird, and he said, yours the loveliest that I've ever heard. Before you were born, I was old, I was gray, cold and lonely and longing for the day when someone would look up and see the light in my face as I shined on their place, and with childlike grace they would talk to me, leave their world far behind, come talk to me soon, I'm the man in the moon. There's that one. All right. So it's not, as I've said, very rusty. It's been years with sporadic. It's been a good, probably 2 years since I used to play every day. And so I'm very rusty. And I picked it up tonight to clean it up a little bit, replace the string, and thought I'd give it a shot here. So that's some of what I used to sing for my girls. And my kids now, there's one song. I said I'm going to do a few of these, so if you don't mind. Let me take a sip of my tea. There's a song that I would sing for my 3 little kids now. And let's see, Rainey, will you sing them the song you sang for me? Which one is that, Rainey? Which one? There's Rainey's listening. That's kind of nice. Which song, Rainey? Are you talking about the Walking Wounded? That song? Ooh, I'm not even sure if I remember that one. Oh, the one in German? Ich liebe dich, egalich, du bin Stein. Went something like that. I used to sing Rainy German opera, naked, and she used to love it. That was Rainy's song. I think that's what she's referring to. So let's see if she responds to that. LOL. She says, yeah, that was the one in German. So I used to sing her pig German opera naked. It was my mating song. And look where it got me. I got 3 kids out of it. Right, Rainey? So it totally was. So let's see. There's a little Irish one that I do for there's one I sang for Rainey. Again, I'm not a big rock and roll guitarist type. I like soft, sentimental stuff. That's what always drew me in, the emotional stuff. And there was one I did for Rainey that I don't think I even remember the words or how it goes. Let me just see here. It's a... Let's see. Give me a second. No. I can't even think of how it goes, folks, so I can't do it. Try one more different thing. I don't think I have it, folks. Nope, I don't have it, so I'm going to stop messing with it. Can't remember that one. Sorry, Rainey. That was the Walking Wounded. So what did I miss here? I saw an Oh Dear Lord. What did I miss? So I can't find the one I know the one that I played for Rainey, but I can't remember how it goes. If I could remember that, I'd play it. That's not it. It goes. That's how it starts. Nope, can't think of it. So I'm going to skip it. Can't do it justice. And I've wasted a little bit of time trying to figure that one out while you talk. So I've got another little one that I would do for the kids. And you've heard this very common old Irish song. You've heard it a million times. The Cockles and Muscles, Molly Malone is the name of the song. And so I would play this for them. And this is how this one went. And those of you joining late, I was just messing around, cleaning up the guitar, replacing a string. Haven't picked this up in months and months and months. And feeling very rusty, but I thought I would get on and do a couple of songs. And just to warm it back up a little bit. Let's see, in Dublin, I use my capo. I capo up on these because I'm not a musician. In Dublin's fair city, where the girls are so pretty, there's none could compare with sweet Molly Malone. She wheeled her wheelbarrow down streets broad and narrow, singing cockle. Singing, how's it go now? Cockle. I'll get it. Cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. Alive, alive, oh. Wait, I gotta figure this out. Alive, alive, oh. Alive, alive, oh. Crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. Now she was a fishmonger, and sure it's... She was a fishmonger, and sure it's no wonder, for so were her father and mother before. They wheeled their wheelbarrows down streets broad and narrow, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. Now, let's see. Now she died of a fever, and no one could save her, and that was the end of sweet Molly Malone. But her ghost wheels their barrow down streets broad and narrow, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. And Rainey stepped in the room. She should come over and say hi, I think.
What's up?
Come on over and say hi. Hold on, she says.
I was going to see if I can find those.
Old Irish. Just spray yourself with WD-40. It'll knock the rust off. Damn straight, brother.
Yeah, do it on video.
Yeah, really. Let's see. Trying to think if I know any others before I call it quits for tonight. Before I lose my whole audience. What else do I do for the kids?
What is the got out and pushed her?
Oh. Well, this could probably have some more instrumentation. And I'll quit with this one. You're probably, some of you are going, thank goodness.
No, I think I just
But
found this song.
What song?
The Gallipoli, Waltzing Matilda one. The Gallipoli, I can't say.
Oh, that one. That's a long song.
I like it.
Maybe we'll do a couple more. Again, you don't have to stick around if you got other things to do or better things to do. But I'm not, like I said, I'm no musician. I play with the guitar. This is for the new folks stepping in and those who didn't hear the beginning. And I was just messing around with the guitar, trying to clean it up, replace some strings. I haven't played it for months. And I thought I'd sit down with you guys and work through some rust and play some old songs. But this is one I always did for the kids. This is the one Rainey was just referring to. And again, this could be much better instrumentation behind this, but the kids like it. Okay. And I play mostly in the key of D. So there you go. Back in 1950, by the way, this is an old John Denver song, a little more obscure song of his, if you didn't know that. Back in 1958, drove an old V8. When it got 100 thou, we got out and pushed it a mile. We didn't know who we were, we didn't know what we did. We were just on the road, heading down from Canada, on a gravel road just a mile from Montana. Then my daddy read a sign, took us in the wrong direction. I asked my daddy, where are we going? He said, we'll just follow our nose. So I looked out the window and dreamed I was a cowboy. We didn't know who we were, didn't know what we did. We were just on the road. I met a girl in a truck cafe, fell in love almost right away. Then the Mercury was ready to go, I had to leave her. And this is the kids' favorite part. A shooby-dooby-doo, shadoo. Shooby-dooby-doo, shadoo, shadoo, shadoo. Go home, said the man in the moon, go home. Go home, said the man in the moon, go home. Because it's getting sort of late, and I'll soon turn out my light. Go home, said the man in the moon, go home. We didn't know who we were, didn't know what we did. We were just on the road. We didn't know who we were, didn't know what we did. We were just a riding on. We were just a riding on the road. There's that one. Old Denver song. So here comes Rainey.
Come over.
Rainey's coming over. Hey guys.
Hi, everybody.
Here she is. There's
Here's Ellie.
Ellery.
What
are you doing up? It's 10:30
It's
at night.
okay to be up at 10:30.
That's right.
I'm not tired.
Oh, okay.
I know, because you drank too much pop today, huh?
Yeah.
Tell him you drank all the pop.
So I do too, Audrey. That's how I learned how to play guitar. So as such as it is. So these are the songs. This is what we do. And Rainey was talking about a song that, as morbid as it sounds, some of my kids like this song a lot. Flynn always wanted me to sing it. I'll see if I can muscle my way through it. The band played Waltzin' Matilda. Have you guys heard that one? The Pogues originally did it, and they did it in a voice, that was in 1918. I called out to her, and that's the way they sang it. And so I try to do it a little gentler than that. But it's a very good song. So I'll play it when my lap's clear.
Want to hop off and Daddy can play us the song?
Should I play the song?
We can go sit over in my chair and watch. Show him your teeth. Ha ha. You're cute.
So,
Okay,
hey,
let's go.
Jeannie. Good to see you. Let's see. I'm going to... I know the
posted on my
words.
Facebook, if you wanna.
Oh, on my...
Just on mine, because I didn't know how big your...
online?
Got, yeah.
So where it's over on your...
Yeah, click on Rainy.
Let's see. Let's find you. What the heck? Oh, I see. Hold on, folks. Here it is. And the band played Waltzin' Matilda.
There you go.
Is the name of the song. It's a long song. So let's see what I can do here. Some of it I remember, some of it I don't. I don't know that I can even play this one very well. I don't think I ever could play it. I would sing this to them.
If you want to practice it.
I'm not going to practice. I'm just going to do it. I either do it or I don't do it. Yes, they certainly do, Bird. These are the little ones. There, I had to get my foot upright. Let's see.
That's not a step.
Let's see, it's different. Okay, we'll try this. The band played Waltzin' Matilda. You guys may or may not know this song, so we'll see. This is one, even my my older son used to like this. But I never no orchestration, just plucking on the guitar. So when I was a young man, I'd carry my pack and live the free life of a rover. From the Murray's green basin to the dusty outback, I'd waltz my Matilda all over. Then in 1916, my country said, son, It's time to stop your rowing, there's work to be done. So they gave me a tin hat and gave me a gun and sent me away to the war. And the band played Waltz and Matilda as our ship pulled away from the quay. And amidst all the tears, flag waving and jeers, we sail off for Gallipoli. Now I got to call up the words to this, guys, so pardon my pause here. All right, hang on. We'll get it going again here. Just got to raise the size of my words here so I can see it. How well I remember that terrible day when our blood stained the sand and the water, and how in that hellhole they call Suvla Bay we were butchered like lambs to the slaughter. Johnny Turk, he was ready, he'd primed himself well. He rained us with bullets and he showered us with shell. And in 5 minutes flat, we were all blown to hell. Nearly blew us right back to Australia. And the band played Waltz and Matilda when we stopped for to bury our slain. Well, as we buried ours, the Turks buried theirs. Then it started all over again. All those that were living just tried to survive in that mad world of blood, death, and fire. And for 10 weary weeks I kept myself alive, while the corpses around me piled higher. Then a big Turkish shell knocked me arse overhead, and when I awoke in my hospital bed and seen what they'd done, well, I wished I was dead. Told you I'm rusty. Never knew there was worse things than dying. Now no more I'll go waltzing Matilda across the green bush far and near, for to hump tent and pegs a man needs both legs. Now I'll waltz my Matilda no more. So they gathered the wounded, the blind, and the maimed, and shipped us back home to Australia. The legless, the armless, the blind, the insane, the proud wounded heroes of Suvla. And as our ship pulled into Circular Quay, I looked at the place where my legs used to be, and thanked Christ there was no one there waiting for me to grieve or to mourn or to pity. Still the band played Waltz and Matilda as they carried us down the gangway. But nobody cheered, they just stood there and stared till they turned all their faces away. Now every April I sit on my porch and watch the parade pass before me. And let's see, I see my old comrades, how proudly they march, reliving old dreams of past glory. The old men are marching, but they're tired, weak, and poor. They're forgotten heroes of a forgotten war. And the young people ask, oh, where'd I go? What are they marching for? And I ask myself the same question. Still the band plays waltz and Matilda, and the old men still answer the call. But as year follows year, more old men disappear. Soon there'll be no one marching at all. Waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda, who'll come a waltzing Matilda with me? And their ghosts can be heard as they march by that billabong. Oh, who will go waltzing Matilda with me? All right, great song. I butchered it there, but you get the idea. So anyway, one of these days I'll get back up to snuff and I'll be able to play these a little better again. So did he sing that, Leslie? Your dad? So for those of you who appreciate good music, I apologize for my fumbling guitar playing tonight. Again, very rusty, but the songs are there. So, well, thanks, Teresa. I appreciate that. So, yeah, dancing pole time, Bird. That's right. I got to get in shape to do that with Rocky. Oi, I got to start exercising. Thank goodness we've got quarantines imposed, so it gives me some time. So, all right, and that's really all I came on to do tonight. How is everybody tonight? It's almost 11 o'clock here, Central Standard Time. My young child is sleeping now over in my wife's arms, over at her desk. So maybe the songs had a good effect. So, anything else? So there you go. That's about all I got for tonight. She's out. Mom just asked her if she wanted ice cream and she didn't move. So the little one's out. And you're welcome, guys. Again, wasn't a beautiful concert. Her hand just went up. Her eyes closed and her hand went up. One of these days I'll get warmed up again. I'll get some songs in order. And we'll try this in real sometime, for real. So I did it at 11 o'clock at night. So thanks for coming by, folks. That was just off the top of my head. I thought I'm sitting here, I'm messing with it. Do I have enough rust worked out to play a couple of songs? And so there you go. Thanks for coming by. I appreciate it. And remember, tomorrow, Monday, it'll be starting at 9 p.m. Be right here for the Intrepid radio program. Every night this week, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. 10 Eastern, 7 Western. So, or Pacific, I guess it is. So thanks for coming in and listening. That means a lot to me. And that's it. So I'm going to end this stream, and I'll see you all another time. Good night.